this cup done. And then I can move on to actually epoxy. Hello. Hold on a second. Let me set that to where it doesn't tip. Move this light. So the cup you're interested in, Janae. I'll put a layer of epoxy over it again later today. But he's just sitting right there with the Halloween stuff. I'm actually going to start doing... It is cute. I'm going to start putting glitter down for another one of these because there was an order put in. And then I'll go and epoxy the cups that we did yesterday. The fun of having my thing on a neck. Uh-oh. Hey, Jess, did you get my message? Alexa, down. Jessica, can you please look? It was about half hour ago. Basically, I just need to know if you wanted the tinsel in the base of your cup. They're up. I have the same mixture that I put in here. I just didn't know if you wanted unicorn hair in there. Let me move the cup. Okay. I was going to pour it out and show you the... I do have it all nice and sparkly for the bottom. Oh, I should plug in my phone, that way it doesn't die. So we've got glitter going on this one. Then I have to epoxy the Dracula cup. Then I have to epoxy the Lights cup. And then I have a coffin I have to make. I need to stir that more. It's so odd working with a smaller cup to make this. Okay, now that we've got that down and it's tacky, take good old dark magic. What is this one again? Uh-oh. Hey, guys. I'm going to start a cup that I can only get so far until Wednesday. And then after I get both ends of this covered in glitter, I'll let it sit overnight and dry, seal the glitter, and then go through tomorrow and put epoxy on this one. I do love this color. Jessica, I accidentally made a very, very fine version of Dark Magic. It was quite interesting yesterday. Hey, Julie. It's Julie Cup. We love when Julie stops in. So, provided I don't dump my glue. Maybe. There we go. We're doing a mini version of my 30 ounce. Located in California, so real close. Jessica's still salty. Oh no. I am so sorry to hear about what happened, guys. I don't understand why people banana other people, especially when they're running a business. If you want to banana somebody, just turn around and flip the screen. Yeah, that was a Julie cup I'm drinking out of today. I tend to rotate the cups that I get from other people and drink out of them. I'll come back in. I'll get the rear end in a minute. Yeah, look. Oh yeah, because we think we might have, or Jessica thinks she might have found out who it was. And honestly, you know, I wish people, if they decide that they don't like a creator, just exit the live. You know, don't join their stuff. It's real easy. There's no reason to banana anybody. Especially considering, you know, like the boys are using their lives to help make money. And Jessica uses hers to make money, so does Julie. I don't understand why people want to ban people. If you're that much of a Karen, go somewhere else. Sorry if there's anybody actually named Karen in the room. And sorry, I'm not looking at the chat at the moment. I want to get the base glitter done. Shiny. I'll put it back in this container, and then I can do the bottom. I know, and isn't it messed up, Janae? Oh, might have to take my ring off. Fun of working with ultrafine, gets everywhere, even where I don't want it to be. Hey Jessica, did you see the light cup? Everybody loves you, Jules. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't have picked it up. I should just tap it. Tapping it works so much better. Okay, so that guy, after the glue completely dries, will be ready for epoxy. And later on next week, after I get all the epoxying nice and smooth, we'll be turning it into that guy. Oh, you can sit right there though. But I know Janae loves this one. Oh, I got glitter. Good news is I don't mind getting glitter on this mold because it's just going to get glitter in it in a little bit anyway. Yeah, I might throw it. Well, there is no might. I'm going to throw it on the little turner later on today. That way I know it's had a full 24 hours before it coats. Oh, you're sadly going to hear Mr. Vacuum. He's not as loud as the heat though. That way we can get ready to play with the other cups. Okay. So we will start with Mr. Dracula because he's going to need another coat of epoxy put on him before we can do anything. Isn't that color amazing? So it's Dracula that released right after midnight this morning by Oh So Cute by Jessica. There's a link in my link tree, and if you use code DRAGON you get 10% off. I have, actually it's out of my reach. Let me walk over here real quick. Another one that I've got to epoxy today is got that fine silver on it. That was released as well. It's Time Warp. The top part of it is actually two colors. It is Oil Slick mixed with a black. Fine. That one can go over there. But that one has lights in it that'll light up. Which will be kind of interesting once I get it all completed. Thank you for the gifts, guys. That cup has lights on it. Yeah, hold on, let me grab the cup again. So, and I taped down the battery pack because I didn't want to get epoxy on it. Yeah, has lights on it. So when that cup's actually done, it's gonna have a version of a drip. I'm grabbing something else. Because that one's actually going to be a bubbling cauldron when it's all said and done. Yes, you put epoxy over it. And it doesn't hurt your lights. Now this cup will be interesting because this cup, when it's completely done, will have fangs. Yeah, all I did was I took basically 2 ideas that I've already seen and came up with that one. But yeah, Julie, I'll turn around and get with you and give you all the info of how to make it. Later today, I'm actually going to download the live yesterday where I was working on that and put it on the YouTube channel. I didn't get around to it last night. We had a relaxing evening for a change at my place. Trying to mix my epoxy. Well, I figured it was a good way so I can go back and re-watch stuff so I knew what was what. Yeah, I'm hoping to get the things on Monday. Provided there's no annoying wrinkles in my epoxy. Because what I'll do, I'll shape them and then take a cup that I haven't done anything with and basically mold it so the curve is in the clay. Then bake it and get it ready for the cup. And lucky me, I turned around and actually dropped some of the epoxy. I need to get the next size up in cups because I make a mess when I do 30. Oh, who am I kidding? I make a mess anyway. I'll be right back. Gotta walk across the room real quick. I forgot a color I want. Not brown. There's my black. Okay. I get tired of digging in the box, so I actually made a little stand and I keep gloves rolled in them. Because I hate when I turn around and reach for a pair of gloves and end up with like 3 or 4. Okay. Hi, Drac. I always seem to make more epoxy than what I actually use because I make a mess. And I always count on spilling and dripping. And I know I'm gonna have to make a big batch of epoxy when I go to make the coffin. I know, I just haven't gotten around to getting facet. It's actually on my list of stuff that I need to get. But believe it or not, I actually have something on my list that comes before the facet. I really need to turn around and get one of the tumblers that has the magnetic instead of these pins, just to make it easier for me to get my things on and off when I do ink. I have some areas that the glitter just ate the epoxy. But that would be why I moved some of it over. I don't know why, but like the fine glitter and so does okay, but the chunky glitter just eats the epoxy. Yeah, I need to upgrade finally. I've been putting it off and putting it off. And I keep telling myself for my birthday, that will be my present to myself. I will get that and not have to worry about it. I can tell already I'm going to have to turn around and put another coat on tomorrow, because I have pieces of glitter that aren't flat. That's okay though. It is okay. We are not trying to do everything perfectly today. We're just trying to get some work done. Okay. Love you, babe. Don't work too hard. Tell your boss to take it easy on you. Of course, I can say that seeing how you're your own boss. Oh, I forgot the red. There we go. Okay, now comes the fun part. Time to make another glass coffin. Why? Because it can sit on this table while I go over to the other table to play on the lights. have to refill my things. I did not turn around and fill up my bottles before coming and starting the live. But yeah, the light cup will actually have these little pearl guys inside of the drip. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. So what I'm doing is another one of these. So we're going to go for the same see-through effect. As soon as I get the epoxy stirred. Or at least the first half of the epoxy. So we're going to be putting in Dracula again. But this time I'm going to hit it with hints of Time Warp. Because this coffin is going to be for your bougie vamp. And we blame Jessica for the bougie vamp thing. Oh, and I need hints of candy apple. But again, I blame Jess. The good news is the glitter sinks when you do it. That's how come you got that nice, beautiful rim along your coffin edging. I have to like get a hold of Sandy and ask her what glitters don't sink. Oh no. How could you forget Time Warp? I think tomorrow when I come back and do Dracula's cup with another layer of epoxy, I'm gonna add some streaks. I don't know, I have to figure it out. If it's not in order, everything changes as I do it. I'll have one design in my head and then it expands. Okay. Hi. Now that I know that my swirlies are gone and my epoxy's mixed, dump in some Drac, mix it in. It's kind of like when you play with snow globes, you want to make sure everything gets coated before sealing it. Okay, so Drac is in. Your bougie vamp is going to want some sparkle. Time Warp. And then my little micro spoon. Because it's just like when you use unicorn dust, you don't want too much in there. candy apple. And lots of more mixing. So now we have 100 milliliters of that. Looks freaky. And I know I'm going to have to use more because I think the base coffin itself uses like 120. Okay, wait, no, it was 120 total. There we go. I don't know why it's not sitting even. Oh, I grabbed the orange. I didn't want orange. No, it was the red I used and not that one. Okay. Now that we've got that sitting, try not to squish my black-eyed little dragon. And I need 2 toothpicks. So I'm just going to take my black alcohol ink, randomly dab around the edges. Good old pinata. Dab white through. And I'll actually come back over it again with the black inside the white. I love the effect it starts. Hold on. Pull you out of your car seat. That's where you get the funny little waves. Those are always fun. Yes, that's my wall as I'm flipping the camera. Do it again with the black. Take a toothpick. Just go straight down the edge. Now all I'm doing is just moving the black and white mix through the coffin. I'll end up doing the same thing in a minute with the red. It's kind of like just forcing individual colors straight down. It also gives it that white hazy look. Doing little swirls on top just to move the white. I barely see color changes because I didn't bring my regular flashlight. Pull him out. And then come in with the red and do the same thing. Ah! Okay, I just had a Sandy moment. Did she walk in here? Shish kebab. Anybody who's watched Sandy's lives knows she has an issue with red ink. It seems to open on her and get everywhere. Which is what I just did. I twisted the cap earlier and then forgot that I had twisted it and loosened it. So now we have good news is I don't have to come in with white again. The bad news is I don't think I can literally get the heart that I had before that's in the other coffin. As much as I would love to, because that was a big fluke. Yeah, we call it the crime scene effect. I'm going to bougie this up just a little bit more. I'm going to take some of that champagne toast and do it all on the bottom. Just a hint. And I love the way the bottom's sitting at the moment. Out of the car seat you come. Maybe, if I can open the car seat. Flip. I actually like that design in the white. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm not sure how much of it we'll see once it's done. But I think that's actually pretty. Now I gotta do the lid. Which means I'll end up getting my other. The lid, I know I'll end up adding more glitter too. Because there's like none here. So the second half of the epoxy that I make in a minute will have way more glitter. Ugh, see? And that was just me opening it. Red is being a brat today. I didn't even shake it this time. And this is why when you're dealing with these, always wear gloves. I need to start putting that disclaimer when I mess with stuff. Good news is, I'm not playing with the red anymore. Because I want that to red up. And I want to add a little bit of black in there. That one was a rainbow. That's actually the same rainbow that I used on that swirl cup. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm running the epoxy through to all the edgings. So when I add more, there won't be this weird air pocket formed. Now go back through and redo the edges once I get more epoxy in too. B A twirly twirly. Probably gonna have the same guessing game that I did yesterday on how much goes in here. I think I filled up or not yesterday, the day before when I did the other coffin. I must have filled it up like 3 or 4 times. More Dracula, more Time Warp. This will actually get like half a scoop. Of the candy apple. And then we'll do a little bit of the champagne directly in here. Now just stir, stir, stir. Then right on top of the alcohol ink. That's where I'm having an issue. Okay. I'm lifting it to help get the air out of these areas. Because I have this one section that's just one big air pocket. There we go. Okay. Hey, I actually got it right this time. So yeah, it was 120 for the whole coffin. And then this goes in my bin I have on my floor over here with stuff to wash, including my hands. And since we can't have one booze without we had a little more sprinkle up here. And then that one should have a really neat effect too. So tomorrow we'll be able to see what that thing looks like. Sadly, I really don't think I can get that heart done. I can try it, but I'm not sure how I did it exactly. All I did was I took some of this. Alexa, 40-minute timer. Thank you. Let this sit and thicken up. And we'll see if we can get the same type of a heart design. Or another one. We might make something completely new. You never know. I'm stirring that again before I mess with it, so I'm not too worried about thickening it up. I do need to grab the orange that I regrettably set down. And then 2 drops of the white. And then I did stick in a little bit of the rainbow. And that way we get this orange, bizarre consistence color. I know I'm speed twirling it, but it's going to sit so it'll raise all of its bubbles. I don't have to stress at the moment. You can sit over there. So I'm going to take a moment and try to get what looks like a crime scene off my hands.
You staying for a while?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go home.
Okay.
All right.
Bye. That would have been the hubby popping in. I'm going to have to take a scrub to my nails.
You got a doctor's appointment today?
No, Monday.
Oh, Monday.
I have an eye appointment on Monday. So all you're hearing is me grinding my finger. Okay, so now I have to mix, well, I gotta refill my epoxy cups. Or containers, whatever you want to call them. And then get ready to epoxy the light cup. So unfortunately you're going to watch me do that for a moment. Had to make sure I grabbed the right container. Okay, the annoying loud voice that you might hear in the background, that would be my husband, 3 rooms away, talking to my deaf father. I say that because Dad's 92 and half the time, even with his hearing aids, he doesn't hear. Okay. I'm gonna need another one of these containers over here. Because to be honest, I don't know how much epoxy this thing's gonna take. But we will move on to the light cup. Trying to make sure that there's no yucks in this cup before I turn around and put epoxy in it. I guess last thing I want is stuff like dirt, dust, or anything getting on inside the epoxy, making it hard to work. And I already know this cup probably going to take a couple of coats. You can see where some of the glitter's starting to come up. I kind of put a couple of big bubbles in there, and I don't want big bubbles because I was speed twirling. Micro bubbles I can get out with the flan. Oh wait, no, I can't on this one. Okay, yeah, no micro bubbles either. I have to use the other heating device. I forgot this is the lights. Okay. So ignore me for a moment while I put this on the turner. Okay. So you're gonna have to go for a bizarre ride. And I'm sorry. Welcome to my room of nightmares. Also known as the hot room. There we go. I did drop my little plug-in thing. Okay. So we have taped off the end. Don't have to worry about that getting all icky. I have this in the wrong hand. This is going to be fun. I'm actually going to try doing this in reverse. Oh, yeah. I was thinking, hey, I can just turn it. No, I can't. It'll still be in reverse because I'm used to standing on the side where the camera's at. Put the alcohol ink away. There we go. Now this is going to take a couple of coats to even attempt to get it smooth. But then again, I don't think I'm going to go for a completely smoothed out on this one. I want to bring the epoxy, up to where the lights are. But if it's a little rough, I'm not going to mind as much because this is a cauldron. So it's not supposed to be perfectly smooth. Otherwise it won't be true to character. I have an itch. And where the silver is, that's going to have the drips. There we go. The good news is we don't see a lot of the wire. I do see some. And that big spot where there is no light, we'll turn around and have the vinyl. I'm just not sure if I want it to say the Sanderson's Alchemy or Apothecary, or if I want to do Boil, Boil, Toil, and Trouble on it. I'm actually lower than my cup so I can sit there and see the angle and see where I have soakage, because most chunky likes to absorb. There we go. I don't mind if I get the epoxy out onto the tape. Okay. And rotate it the other direction. This is another reason I need a new turner. I don't like this one. It has a habit of the bar goes in and out. It drives me bonkers. Yeah, tomorrow that will get another coat of epoxy. Okay, let's see, like 10. Okay, I'm going to rotate you back to the table. Don't get nauseous. Okay. Which one are you? No, definitely not. I'm looking through my baby dragon molds for a specific one. It's this one. Oh, it's real pretty. Oh, it's not doing it. There we go. Color shifter. So keeping true to my nickname, I do turn around and make a lot of these little tiny itty bitty baby dragons. And I do mean itty bitty. They're in eggs. He's my nightmare one. That's why he's coming out of a black egg. This one will actually have some color to it. As soon as I find the right ones. And that one will have like a goldy, reddy. And I want hints of blue in the shell though. And the sad part is on this one I can't remember where the tail comes out at. Oops. There we go.
I'm gonna go with Mom real fast and I'll be back.
Okay. Have fun, you two. I thought he was going home, but okay. So yes, I do not work where I live. Give him a minute to sit, and then we'll check his consistency and make sure he's still filled all the way up. Pat off my brush, put it back in there. That goes on the bottom shelf. If it will cooperate. Check how this is doing. Still not there. Ew, and I just got epoxy all over my hand. Yes, I got through a lot of paper towels. and a lot of lotion. Because I am forever using 91 to clean the epoxy and the inks off my hand. As well as do an initial clean on my favorite mixing stick. And another toothpick, because my design left, but it's thickening up enough now where if I do this, and I'll get more of the color down the sides. And you can actually see the color showing up down the sides now. This one's starting to thicken up too. I'm gonna move the color around more this way. Try to move some of the dark blood red over. Even though it all likes to sit on the one side. And there's a really pretty dark red right there. And at the moment, I'm just waiting for this to thicken up. Oh, I know what I need to put in here. Okay, so one more thing can go in there. Where's Nacho? Not Abyss. Not Abyss. There's Nacho. No, this is not a Jessica. I do have a bag of it. Of no. Only because Jessica doesn't have these colors. Okay. Definitely not thick enough. So I want this thick like honey before I can play with it. Otherwise I'll just mix in with the resin that's already there. But the goal is to get it thick enough to where it just drops. And then you end up with stuff like the weird heart. Trying to look at the bottom and see if I had any of the orange. It didn't happen on the lid either. That's a bummer. And I know the rose didn't get any. Or actually with the rose, it all landed right here on this one petal. That petal will glow in the dark. That reminds me, I need to make straw toppers for the next Black Flame candle cup too. Okay, well while that sits there and thickens some more, I need this one. I need my skull, which is across the room. Oh, wrong drawer. Where is Scully? Okay. I almost forgot I had to do the straw toppers for that cup. Because when you order that cup, you get a coffin and a skull straw topper that goes in it, unless you want a secondary one. Just when I thought I was done. So yeah. That, and I have to do a another coffin tomorrow for the Dracula cup. So many cups. Okay, so with this one, that sits right there. I need a dash of you. This is the fine black mix that I used on the cup. With the hints of the black. Call me. And I'm not taking calls. Not today, anyway. I want just a dot of white. Okay, what's lava? What the white will do is it'll darken up the black, make it more a solid color, but not too much. We don't want a solid black, otherwise you're not going to be able to see the shine. Now it's going to streaks of white in it. I forgot to refill my Q-tips. But luckily, I did bring in my small table, so I have some. Kind of put a little too much resin in that. Oops. So all I'm doing right now is just getting it off of where the straw piece is. That way you don't have to Dremel it later. There we go. I'll end up making more in a second. Actually, no. I'm going to come back and top this one off with a different color tomorrow. Now that I think about it. So this topper will actually have more than one color. Because I'll come back in when this dries and I will do a kind of like a purpley pinkish, and I'll actually put dark magic in it so the brim will have that color in it. Where did I put mine? So what we'll have is we'll have the black from there to there, and then the brim will be that color in like a purple. Let's see how this is doing. See if it thickened up yet. Yeah, we're getting there. Not quite there yet. Like I said, I want this really, 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 really thick. Meanwhile, he's actually leveling out nicely. Okay, one more project thing that I wanted to work on. I know it's a little early to get it done, but I wanted to do a well. So, I wanted to put together this little tiny well, partially as a gift for somebody. Because I do have a list of people that I have that are part of the OSC family that will be getting Christmas gifts. And I wanted to send this with this individual's gift. Hey, there's still people in here. I haven't ran everybody off yet. And hello to whoever is still in my room and has not run away. And killing time while my orange thickens up even more. Okay, I have to get down here. No, no. That's the one. Alexa off. And she was just set, so she reminded me to check the thing if I got too busy. I know I just overloaded him and Jessica's glow, but I really want him to shine. Now this ended up making him an off-white, and I know that. And I'm okay. Okay, looks like I got all the clumps of glow out. And in bouge. A little champagne toast in the mix. Because face it, we play the glitter. And we cannot have him not shine. So he'll have a sparkle. Now we'll do it right here. I'm going to actually pinch this. Okay, here's where it should get interesting. So he's actually got waves of color throughout him. It's not like a solid coloring. It's got like little bits and pieces of color. And I already have the bats and stuff made that will go on here. Almost. Okay. Now I'm just being silly. So we're gonna make a very, very bright pumpkin. It will not only glow, but it'll have lots of glitter. And you won't be a full pumpkin. That's okay, I don't need a full pumpkin. I just need something to do with this resin. My pumpkin does not need a top on him. Hi, you can go sit over there. Ah. Well, I'm trying to figure out if I can recreate the heart in the one coffin that we did. So I'm trying to wait for this to thicken. I have a witch hat straw topper that I'll have to finish tomorrow because I want to do a 2-color part on it. And then I have a skull being made. And the coffin's thickening up nicely. There we go. Okay. No, I don't think we're going to be able to do it. Let's see if that actually works. It'll be interesting if it does. And I think I have a better chance of getting it in the lid than I do the actual coffin this time. There we go. Okay, so we have the will, we have a baby pumpkin, we have a baby dragon, we have a skull, we have half a witch hat, coffin, we have 1 cup glittered, 2 spinning. I think we're done for the day. just a reminder, Time Warp, hold on, let me turn on these lights. Oh, I would, my thing just unplugged. Okay, hot lights. So just a reminder, OSC did release Time Warp today. Really, really pretty. Unfortunately, the cup is across the room that's spinning under. Dracula was released. That would be the one that's on, well, you can't really see it on that cup. I'll take pictures of it and post it, and you'll be able to see it on the page. Champagne Toast, also released. Ultra fine. Nice little additive. You can also find Candy Apple, another ultra fine. That one hopefully is still in stock. Mind you, some of these were limited stock, so they might sell quick or they might be gone. We did Coating. This was a limited edition, so you gotta keep an eye out on the OFC by Jessica. She does do limited edition glitters. Those ones, when you see them on the site, always have a black label. So we got that one that will be epoxied tomorrow. Dracula, I forgot the coffin. Shows the color really well. Or let me grab the lid. There we go. We have the light cup. 2 more coffins, sections being done. I have to do a 3rd coffin tomorrow. Black Flames are on sale, or not on sale, on the site. You can order those. Bubble Cup, which is also a light up, is under epoxy. I don't want to bother that one. That one scares me. Experimental. We did lots of little tiny mold guys today. So go out, shine like the star you are. Don't forget to drink some sort of water. Soda does not count. We'll let coffee and tea slide. Be nice to somebody. Did you get an even mixture of the 2 epoxies? And also remember, most standard 2-part epoxies take 3 days to completely cure. I turn around, I don't pull mine out until after 24 hours, and sometimes they'll be a little soft. 3 days to completely harden. But I can guarantee you, they do harden. That's one that I pulled out yesterday. The rose also got pulled out yesterday. This guy, I didn't pull out until after 24 hours because I knew it was larger and thicker. Oh, and that's another thing. You need to read your epoxy. Some of them are only made for small amounts of depth, like that. If it's not one that could handle 1/2 inch or bigger, it won't, for some bizarre reason, work right. I learned that the hard way. So always read your epoxies. Because all I did today when I poured these, well, and every other day, Same epoxy I use on my tumblers. I mix them, make sure they're completely mixed up. 3 minutes minimum on your stir time, or until you see the swirls go away. Because if you ever paid attention when you're making them, you'll see like a faint discoloration swirl. When it completely clears up, then you know that you've got a good mix going on. Other than that, let me think, what could have possibly gone wrong? I had to turn off this hot light. I'm sitting in a room with the heater on, so having that light didn't help. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Is it wasn't either mixed completely well, or you didn't wait the 24 hours before demolding it. I know if I, when I get my fast set in, I'll demold them after like 4 hours. I just have to get off my tushy and buy the actual fast set. I have to put my little tools away that I plan on washing today. And good thing about having these lights directly on my molds, causes the bubbles to come up. And I can actually feel the warmth in the mold. It's kind of freaky actually. But yeah, even the guy that I just poured, he's warm to the touch. So I know that my epoxy is actually mixing and starting its cure process. So I will turn around and probably be back on live tomorrow, because we're going to see how the light up cup is doing, because it got its first coat of epoxy. We'll put a second coat on Dracula tomorrow and get him ready for his next phase. We will put the black flame candle cup that we started today under epoxy. And then I've got the swirl cup that I need to clean up. And then go from there. Because I did get a little epoxy on the inside. I didn't tape off it. It was very easy to clean up though. And then he'll get another coat of epoxy and then he will be done. I really, really love that swirl. How it just kind of goes off. And the same with the wave. It actually turned really, really nice. But smile at somebody that you might be passing on the street.